Hello, world. Yes, woo and applause indeed. What is up? Welcome to Build. I'm your host, Matt Forte, and we are here live at the Build studio in New York City. Our next guest has been consistently in your home for the better part of 3 decades, which, admittedly, that's a really weird way for me to phrase that, but he's been actively entertaining the masses for most of his life, be it Silver Spoons or Fresh Prince or Dancing with the Stars or his latest gig as host of the iconic America's Funniest Home Videos. Now in his 4th year, it's almost hard to imagine the show without him, honestly. And once again, he's back here on the Build stage to tell us all about the latest season. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Alfonso Ribeiro is in the house. How about that? I can't wait. We're going to bring him out in just a second, but first, I believe we're going to take a quick look at the show. I hope there's a dog in it. Let's go ahead and run that clip.
There's my pillow. Who did this?
If only all cases were this easy to solve.
Or you, Charlie. Did you do this?
This'll teach her to help with the laundry.
He did again.
She likes you.
I'll try again.
She just likes Dad more.
I guess she did. She's putting up the block.
Welcome to America's Funniest Home Videos. And now, here he is, the host of our show, Alfonso Ribeiro!
You know what I love? A good surprise! I mean a good surprise party. Sorry about that. You all right? You all right?
Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. The great Alfonso Ribeiro right here.
Listen. I actually hadn't seen all those. Those were great. Those were great.
Fantastic.
Like, that's why I'm so lucky.
Yeah.
Because I get to host that every week.
It's
How funny.
unbelievable.
I hadn't seen the one where I scared the lady in the audience. It worked out well.
Took a big risk with that,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah. You know, listen, you got to go all in.
You got to roll the
You got
dice
to go
once
all
in a
in.
while.
I mean, she might have smacked me, but
That's
you
what I'm
got to
saying.
go all in.
She's half cocked. She's ready to go.
Because that would have happened if it was reversed. That'd have been like, BAM! I'm sorry. What'd you do?
It's a reflex.
Yes,
You
yes.
can't help it. Alfonso, congratulations on your 4th year, the show's 29th year.
29th season, yep.
God, unbelievable. It's so exciting to have you back. We always love having you on the show. Thank you
It's
for
good to
being
be
here.
Good to be here.
How are you doing? How's the family? How's the kids? How's everything going?
Everybody is wonderful. The kids are great. This is a scary time in my life because my daughter turns 16 on Sunday. And, you know, as every parent knows, 16 is scary. 16 is very scary, and especially due to the fact that, you know, I'm teaching her how to drive. So, yeah. I mean, you know, she's taking some lessons also because she has to do that officially.
Yeah.
But, yeah, my ex-wife was like, so listen, I'm not taking her on the freeway for the first time. That's your job. I'm like, I don't want that job.
That's not-
I don't want that job. You know, I have to actually, you know, I'm getting older too. I have I might have a weak heart. I might. It may. I'm not saying I have a weak heart, but I might.
And that's not the time you want to find out.
And I mean, do we want to find out while she's scaring the lights out of me on the freeway? I don't think
it's
that's
downright irresponsible at this point for you to take her.
I'm agreeing with your assessment.
That's amazing. Well, congratulations, 16. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that, and that's amazing.
Yes, no, it's awesome.
That's all wonderful. How does that affect the conversation around Halloween and costumes now?
Well, I mean, Halloween is great, you know, but you know, the problem today is, you know, with social media. Like, by the way, everything you do is now being recorded, so your decisions will forever be part of your life. So, yeah, that outfit where it's skimpy on Halloween, why don't we wear a full-body teddy bear? Just
costume.
a big old teddy. It'll be cold. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you know what? Especially, you guys, don't you live in California?
I live in California. It ain't going to be that cold. But it could be. It could be.
Fair enough. We can't say that it won't.
Right.
Just that it could be.
We don't know yet. Let's plan as if it's going to be cold and just go from there.
Just take it from there.
Yes.
Well, I'm happy to hear all of that, and that's wonderful. 29 years on the air. I wonder, do you guys, is there a meeting that happens at the beginning of the year where you go, still not going to change anything, right? It's perfect, right? And then we just keep going.
Much. Like every once in a while, like this season, we have a couple of new bits that we've done. One is called Not Trending, right? What's not trending on the internet?
I'm intrigued.
Right? So clearly we show some videos of things that will never be trending.
Yeah.
Bad mistakes, idiot moves. Not trending. So that's what, you know, the internet is such a big part of our lives, obviously, and so kind of connecting some of the dots between what happens on the internet and the show while still making fun of it all and having a good time is what we're trying to do.
And that's one of the things that's so amazing about the show, and when you say something like 29 seasons, especially this show specifically,
right.
with this content, that it's been able to remain nimble and remain relevant and be such a fixture in everybody's lives. Is there something that because here's one thing I love about this show. Another thing that hasn't changed is the audience. In that, they still dress to the nines when they go
required.
to AFV.
That's required.
Okay.
Yeah, like you can't show up in a T-shirt and like just some like shorts and like no. You're gonna be, there's like one section that is never on camera. Is over there. It's behind the camera.
That's for everyone that
if you didn't dress right, that's your seat. Everybody else that dressed nice, you got a shot at the audience. But
I love it.
If you show up in some nasty McNasty outfits, you're going to be right back there behind the camera.
It's amazing because everyone, it's like they're going on a plane in the 50s or like going to the theater or something. Like people still dressed up.
It's because it's a show, right? Like at the end of the day, the part that like most people, even like Dancing with the Stars, like you got to wear something nice, right? To go sit in the audience. You're going to be on TV, right? Like if you're going to be on TV, wear something nice. Yeah. Right? So if you're sitting in that audience, the audience isn't watching a show. They're part of our show, right? They get to vote on the winners. They're sitting there. I'm interacting with them at times. Yeah. So, you know, we want to make sure that it looks presentable. It's Sunday night. It's like Sunday night dinner, going to a nice restaurant.
And absolutely. And you can't tell this at home, but our entire audience, gowns and tuxes.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
They're unbelievable right now. You guys look amazing.
Everybody came camera ready.
It was...
Except that dude.
That's what we put him behind the cameras.
We
put him
behind the camera.
There you go.
Behind the camera. Right up
Learning.
Front. Behind the camera. My bad. I don't even know him. I don't know. I love you, though. All right, cool.
That's something I love. Is there something you, having been on the inside now for a little bit, is there something you've observed that you've seen from the other side and gone, of course, that's why we've been here for 29 years? Something you've seen?
The thing that I really connect to is the kids, right? I feel like the show has been around for 29 seasons simply because the kids love the show in a way that it's like just in their bodies. They love it. It's just, you know, having this newfound fame again with these young kids and how much they love the show. I had a buddy of mine who works for Will Smith. He goes to me at Will's 50th. He's like, yo, dude, this dude has been around some of the biggest stars in the world. I've never watched him actually get starstruck. Right? And it's because the show has such a connection to the young audience that it's found again. Hey, listen, we're doing a show here. Can you turn off the sirens?
We try to tell.
Come on, man. I know we're in New York, but
rude.
there's no emergencies.
It's rude, is what it is.
Doesn't happen.
It's just
But
rude.
yeah, but I mean, so that's the one thing. I don't know. I'm really silly today. But the show is wonderful, and you know, it's we laugh, right? And the cool thing for me is I'll sit with my little ones. And I have to do the voiceovers and prepare for the voiceovers for the show. And my kids will come and sit on my lap and watch the videos with me as I'm preparing, you know, what the writers wrote for the voiceovers. And it's like, part of that is the true special aspect of this show. They're sitting there at 3 and 4 and laughing and enjoying. And I just go, that's why I do this. Because those two and the rest of America, the love that they have for these funny videos, there's really, it's just weird, but there's something great about it.
How far away from your house is the studio? How far do you have to commute to work?
It's like an hour drive.
Okay, so it's not
yeah,
bad,
so
but
it's not
close.
too bad. But I mean, it's like, you know, that could be 5 miles in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So, you know,
That's true.
but it's not. But but it is a long way. Yeah. But for throughout my career, I would like, you know, I did a show called Are We There Yet, where I was directing it, and we shot it in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Or, you know, worked in Atlanta. So I look at any job that's in Los Angeles as, this is a bonus.
Right. Well, that's just it. You get to go home and you
I'm
get
not
to
getting
work
on a plane.
Yeah.
I'm not getting on a plane. We're good.
You're
We're
working on it at home. It reminds me of like, this is maybe a silly example, but like The Roots, when they were on Fallon in the beginning, they were like, this is our version of a Vegas residency.
Right.
It's like, I can work, but I'm still home. I don't have to travel
Absolutely.
anymore, and I love what I'm getting to do.
Yeah, well, I
and
mean,
that's
I'm
kind of
working
like,
in LA. I'm good. I'm happy. I mean, to be honest with you, it really doesn't matter where the work is for me. I get to do what I do, and I'm still, you know, we talked about it earlier. You know, this is my 39th year in this business, and
you want to hold for applause? Because I think we should hold for applause. I think 39. What?
39 years working. I'm so lucky. I just appreciate the fact that I still get to do what I love to do. There's, you know, my parents said to me when I was younger, you know, the luckiest person on the planet is the man who never works a day in his life. And he didn't mean it like not actually go. At first I thought it was like, well, I just ain't go work.
Got it. Do not.
I am so lucky. Broke. But
in spirit.
by the way, I was 7 when I felt that way. But you know, I'm so lucky I'm not having to work. But I really do honestly feel like I don't work a day in my life. I haven't worked a day because I love what I do, and every day I go to work, it's something that I enjoy. I smile through the day. I very rarely ever feel like, ugh, this is just, I wish this would stop. It's just like I'm always like, can I do it again tomorrow, please? You know, and I just feel like that perspective, the love of what I do, continues to keep me motivated every day to go and do and to make more.
So amazing. You know, I was combing through your IMDb there, taking a look, do my homework here, just seeing what you've been up to, and I was surprised to see it's been a minute since you've popped in to direct anything. Is that the nature of the schedule of the show? Is that you're waiting for the right thing to come along? I was just wondering what that's been like for you.
It's a combo of a couple different reasons. Obviously, you know, when you're on camera, your pay scale is much higher. And when you're directing TV shows, it's much lower. So, but I do enjoy it. But, you know, it's the hard thing for me is when to do an episode of television, it's like 10 days, you know what I mean? And it's very difficult now for me to lock in 10 days on one gig because, you know, like at the end of the day, I've got managers and agents and lawyers and people who are like, well, you still, you know, we make money off of you. So if we lose you making money for 10 days to go do something that isn't really paying you, then we're not excited about it also. And, you know, at the end of the day, I have said this, like, it's show business. Show is 4 letters, business is 8. The business side of show is twice as important as the show. And so you have to stay, you know, knowledgeable and connected to the business side of it all at the same time.
And here we are 39 years later, so obviously you know what you're doing.
A couple things have worked out.
A couple of things have worked out. The clock is flying by. It's so easy and so much fun talking to you. There's so much I wanted to ask you about, but you just mentioned it, and I could not let you leave the stage without getting some of this story. You hosted the live stream for Will's bungee jump over the Grand Canyon, which is something people do.
Yeah,
and
it's a normal 50th birthday thing that you do.
And I have to imagine, because last time you were here, you told us an incredible story about how he sprung Tom Cruise on you.
Right.
And I'm curious what the phone call was like when he told you this was what he wanted to do and asked you to be there and all that.
Luckily, I had talked to him and I'd seen when Yes Theory challenged him to do the bungee jump. And for everyone who doesn't know, when Will Smith decided to bungee jump out of a helicopter over the Grand Canyon, into the Grand Canyon for his 50th birthday, and they did a YouTube live stream that I hosted. So that's the backstory there. But Yes Theory is a great YouTube group that basically challenged him, and their attitude is yes, say yes to everything, right? That's their theory, Yes Theory. And so they were like, Will, we're going to challenge you, and in typical Will Smith fashion, he's like, I'm not going to say no, I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to do it out of a helicopter. And I'm going to do it over the Grand Canyon. And I'm going to do it for my 50th birthday. You're like, you can stop saying yes, bro. You could have just bungee jumped. Just said I did it. But it was for a great charity. Education Cannot Wait, and they had they ran the charity, and they basically had a winner, and it was wonderful, and it was absolutely insane. The hard part for me was because I was hosting the actual live stream, I needed to do all the research in terms of what was actually going to happen, right? So I had to get down with the stunt coordinators and hear about all the dangerous things that could go wrong.
Case scenarios.
Yeah, all the worst case scenarios I basically knew before it was happening, right? As one of my best friends sitting there, and there were a couple of different spots where real danger existed. The first is the actual jump, right? So the problem was, they say sometimes you're ready to do it, but your brain has reflexes that you are not in control of. So you'll be holding on, and they'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, and you'll go, and your hand won't let go. That's a real problem, because right underneath him is the bar from the helicopter landing gear. If he falls and hits that, he's going to break something, right? So that was the first problem, and so because there's a 300-pound bungee jump connected to him that they have to let go first. Yeah. So at 1, they're letting go of this 300-pound bungee cord. At 0, he's got to go. If he doesn't go, he's still going.
Doesn't have a choice in the matter.
You falling, bruh. Okay, so the bungee's about to snatch you up out this helicopter. So, at 1, the guy dropping it has to make the decision, looking into Will's eyes, is he going to actually let go and go? Wow. So that's the first thing. The other side that was actually even more dangerous is the landing. Yeah. Not the bungee. Bringing him back to land, the bungee cord's connected to the bottom of the helicopter. So they can't bring him back up into the helicopter. They have to set him back down on the ground. Well, he's under a helicopter attached to a rubber band. As anyone knows, if you move one end of the rubber band, something happens to the other end of the rubber band. So if the helicopter goes up, he springs down and then springs up. If the helicopter drops, it takes the tension off of it, but then it drops him down further. So the helicopter has to come down to drop him down. Every time that happens, he's getting sprung. So the process, and then the helicopter is over the Grand Canyon.
By the way.
Just as an extra. And there are wind gusts that come up the canyon. So a helicopter, the wind gust comes up. If it moves the helicopter up or down, that could be splat. So I've learned all of this before he goes. I'm like, hold up, time out, bruh, you can't do this. You can't do this. This is stupid. And so when he got there, they 5 guys and girls have to jump on top of him, hold him down to the mat, and disconnect him in hopes that they don't get an updraft on the helicopter and sling him up into the air. So there was a lot of other danger in it, but he did the jump. He conquered that fear, and it went for a great charity, so it was fun to host it for.
It's pretty amazing. You gotta love, too, the persistence of the human spirit in that we've discovered our brain doesn't allow us to do this thing.
Yes.
We're gonna do it anyway. Let's ignore that.
If you think about, you can't, if you're afraid of heights, you can't get to the edge.
Yeah.
Your body will not let you walk to that edge. Yeah. You have completely lost control of that. And it is an amazing thing. And when you're able to conquer or challenge the things that are in your brain that can stop you from living your life, the purpose of all of this for him was he has done everything in his life out of fear. He became the #1 movie star in the world out of fear. Everything he's done has been out of fear, and it's been about challenging that fear. If we think about it for all the rest of us, right, like, how many things in our lives do we not do simply because we're afraid of the outcome, right? Well, if I do nothing, right, it's the same thing, I believe, like the little kid when they're like, oh, I'm going to go, and if a scary person comes in, I'm going to hide under the sheet. Yeah, the sheet's actually not going to stop anything.
Feel better.
But you, somehow in your brain, you've created a very happy, safe place by just covering your eyes. Well, that's how a lot of us live our lives. Covering our eyes to the reality and never challenging the things that make us the most afraid. And the people who typically change the world are the people who say, I see that boundary, I'm going to walk right through it, and I'm going to challenge it, and I'm going to beat it, and I'm going to show what it looks like on the other side. And that's really what he wanted to get across to the people by doing this.
I could do a whole interview with you just about that idea, but I want to get the audience questions in here before we run out of time. We got 2 in the room. The first one's coming right here at the microphone. Go ahead.
What's going on, man? What's going on? Big fan. Grew up on you, man. Question is, you've been in the industry a long time. Is there anything you haven't done that you're challenging yourself to do now?
I've never bungee jumped from a helicopter. Problem is that I never plan to. I don't know if there's no one thing that I could sit here and say that, this is what I would like to do. I have said that I would like to, at some point in my life, I want to play a character in a movie or TV that is so not me, that is like, serial killer or absolute crazy insane dude or something like that. Because I know that there's a piece of that dude in me, in the back of my head. And, I think, we're all a bit insane, that we've decided to do this entertainment industry, which is crazy, to say the least. So I think there's a little piece of that I would love to challenge. I just want to challenge myself at times. And really that's, I do enjoy simply saying, like, what is something that I can't do? Let me go do it.
Great question. Thank you for that.
you.
I got one more. I'm going to do one more, and it's from this gentleman right here.
Yes.
Hi. I wanted to know, since you are the current host of America's Funniest Home Videos, were you given any advice by the previous host in the past, like Tom Bergeron or Bob Saget?
I got a little bit from Tom, and it was very simple. It was basically be yourself. Do you. Just trust your instincts. You're funny. You have the personality. You have the ability to do this job. Just don't forget that and be you. And I think that's the best advice anybody could have ever given me, was just trust it. Yeah, thanks, man.
For a split second, thank you for that question. Did you get in your own head? You're like, wait, what if I got to be me? What's me?
Yeah, what is
Who? You have like an existential crisis?
The writers have to write me. They got to write me. They got to. I can't be me. They got to write this. What am I gonna do? At the end of the day, it's about simply just trusting your instincts, just trusting what makes it feel right. And I feel like I was able to do that very easily. Embarking onto this new journey that I was on.
Well, I'm getting the signal. We're going to have to wrap it up, but...
this is wrong.
Yeah.
We should be able to talk longer.
I want to...
There's the clock. We've got a couple minutes now.
We could go to the edge. I want to thank you so much.
I'm willing to go to the edge, and I'll walk right over it.
Just not the edge of a helicopter.
Just not the edge of the Grand
with a
Canyon
bungee cord attached to you. I can't thank you enough, man. I said it before. I'll say it again. It is such a treat when you come by and you make time for us. And we're so excited you're here. Thank you.
Thanks for
I look forward to seeing you next year and the year after that.
Absolutely. We'll do 40 right here.
We're gonna do all. That's it. I'm gonna hold you to that.
There you go.
Guys, you know when this show's on. It's Sundays, ABC. It's already a tradition. All right. If you know somebody that doesn't watch it,
Smack 'em.
Yeah, there you go.
Smack 'em.
That's what I would do.
Just
It's exactly what I would do. Guys,
Do you watch this show? No.
Put your hands together. Make some noise for the great Alfonso Ribeiro right here.
you.
Come on.